ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Carifta fever getting into high gear. Last week, it was water polo. Now it's time for track and field and swimming. ZNS Total Sports will have you covered from start to finish with the Knowles Connection, Amajal, and Ramiko. We are now just 2 days away from what promises to be a very exciting event. The 48th Annual Carifta Track and Field Championships will take place in the Grand Cayman Islands. Team Bahamas checking in early at the airport for this year's championship meet. Assistant head coach Corrington Maycock says 80% of this team are first-time qualifiers, but they are expecting great things.
This is the first team that has ever been all qualifiers, and with that, it's with a harder qualifying standard. And the expectation was great. At the end of the day, we got 50 qualifiers, so it's a strong team.
Now in 2018, Team Bahamas finished second behind Jamaica with 35 medals. Captains of the under-20 girls and boys team, Adrian Curry and Megan Moss, says they've worked hard to get to this point and they're ready to compete.
I prepared myself mentally and physically because track and field is both mental and the physical aspect of it. So training has been going good, considering I've joined a new club and it's a better program, better fit for me, so hopefully I'll come up with a gold medal.
I expect to do really well. I definitely want to repeat my gold performance for the last 2 years. I want to come back home with the third gold medal in the 400 meters, and I just want to represent my country well.
And Team Bahamas seems to be in very good spirits heading into the Grand Cayman Islands. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Ramiko Knowles. The Bahamas has a rich tradition in the high jump, and Coach Kino Demer believes all 5 of his athletes will be in the mix.
This is my 3rd year going as the high jumps coach, and every year we've had an excited bunch of group of kids doing the high jump. This year is nonetheless, we have some really talented kids in the high jump. I'm really excited to be working with these guys. They're making my job a little easier. In the under 17 girls, we're looking for them to at least go about 1.70 meters. Around there, that should get them both into medal contentions. In the under 20 boys, we looking for our top jumper to go about 215. He should go about 215, and then our second jumper should clear about 210. So we're looking to have 2 medals also from that division. In the under 17 boys, I think the under 17 boys should be able to clear about 195.
Our Carifta swim team also left early today for Barbados. As we said before, Amajal Knowles is traveling along. They are the defending champs. Last year in Jamaica, the 242 totaling 56 medals, 23 gold, 22 silver, and 11 bronze, while racking up 476.5 points. The Brazilian Basketball League quarterfinals continuing last night. Flamengo took a 2-0 lead over Corinthians, winning 79-60 after starting and leading Flamengo in Game 1 with a side-high 22 points. David Nesbitt came off the bench in Game 2, scoring just 6 points and pulling down 4 rebounds in 13 minutes. Game 3 is Saturday. The Bahamian leg of the Caribbean Kings High School Basketball Tournament coming to a close last night at the Kent Elastics Gym. The CC Sweeting Cobras beat the GHS Magic 55-41, then came back to take out Bahamas Elite in a nail-biter 89-88 to advance to the main draw.
We played 2 games back-to-back, so they did well. We're just trying to get prepared for next year, GSSA and so on and so forth. So we're using this every tournament we could get just during the summer to get these guys prepared. So that's the whole overall objective right now. It's not about winning, it's just about getting these guys prepared and keeping them playing together as much as possible.
I know earlier in the season when we spoke, you spoke to me about the importance of, building the system and the players trusting the system. Yeah. Now the season is over, but you're still trying to build a foundation for next year. You think the players are buying it now?
Well, to be honest with you, I think they now they have learned the system. So they pretty much look a lot better than before, even though the competition is not where it is in this particular tournament at this particular time. But you can see that they now beginning to understand and remember the plays and remember the system, so they look a lot better. So just a matter of testing it against better competition, see how well they can execute. But our overall objective is for to run system basketball as much as possible, and then to be able to win with the system as opposed to winning with individual talent. That's what really we want to do.
Looking forward to next year too. You guys finished, I think, Final Four in Hugh Campbell. You have some building blocks to move forward with for next season. Just generally, what are the expectations? How many players you plan to bring back? Things like that.
Well, our principal don't repeat anybody, so we don't plan to bring anybody back who's not in grade 12. If they're in grade 12, they're not going to be repeated. So I'm in the recruiting stage of coaching right now. I'm trying to bring in some of the better players from the junior school and to see whether or not we could get one or two players from, one or two other places. I won't call no names, but, recruiting is a big part of coaching. So we're hoping that we could recruit some and attract some players that want to be a part of CC Streeton Basketball Club.
From the minor league baseball diamond last night, Chavez Young won for 3, 2 stolen bases and a run scored for the Dunedin Blue Jays. They lost to Charlotte 4-3. As for Jazrato Chisholm, he was 0 for 2 with a run scored. The Jackson Generals nipping Tennessee 7-6. This weekend in Palmetto Point, Eleuthera, the Friends of Softball will hold its 21-gun salute fast pitch tournament. Teams from Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, Exuma, and New Providence all going head-to-head.
Eleuthera was the mecca and is the mecca of softball, and we see it fitting if we can start to help promote the softball and try to help the BSF. We'll go to the mecca. We'll start with Eleuthera. If softball is moving in Eleuthera, softball is moving in the country. So that's why we're going there. And while we're in Eleuthera, what we intend to do, we want to recognize all the former players, the good players, them who helped build softball in the Bahamas, most of them from Eleuthera. We're urging the Eleuthera community to come out and support us as we venture in to try to help promote softball in the country again. We know softball has been a bit down, and we are partnering with the BSF to try to help promote softball and enhance it and get that love of softball in this country again.
The collegiate tennis season winding down. The Chicago State Cougars women's team closed out the regular season with a 5-2 win over Valparaiso. Aisha Shepard winning her match at number 5 singles, 6-2 and love. Shepard also teaming with Anastasia Goncharova at number 1 doubles, but they came up short 6-2. Up next now for Chicago State will be the Western Athletic Conference Tournament, which starts next Friday on the campus of Texas Rio Grande. The Bethune-Cookman women also bring their regular season to an end this week with a 4-3 loss to South Carolina State. Africa Smith only used for doubles duty. She teamed with Rihanna Budd for a 6-2 victory. Bethune-Cookman now heads to the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference Tournament, which starts next Wednesday on the campus of Norfolk State. And that will do it for sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.